You think you're logical, but you're a walking cognitive bias. People believe they make decisions rationally. Logical brain, common sense, all that. But most decisions are emotional. The brain just makes up a logical excuse afterward so you don't feel like an idiot. Scientists call this post hoc rationalization. The decision is made, and logic comes in as an afterthought. Imagine, you buy an expensive toaster because it's shiny and looks premium. Then you tell yourself, well, it's an investment in my health. Sure, that toaster is your personal Warren Buffett. Next myth about trusting your first impression. You trust your intuition. It never lies. Almost never. You meet someone and instantly think something's off. Or the opposite. This guy's cool. That's the halo effect. Your brain decides if someone is good or bad in 1.7 seconds, and then fills in the rest to match the vibe. You're actually judging their voice, clothes, even the shape of their jaw, not their real actions. It's like judging a book by its font. Up next, a myth every internet debater believes. You think your memory is reliable? Ha! Many people believe they remember everything as if it were yesterday, especially during arguments. Who said what? Who started it? But memory isn't a recording, it's a reconstruction. Every time you recall something, you rebuild it from scratch. Scientists call this false memory, and it can be planted in a 3-minute conversation. It's like Google Docs. Every time you open the file, make edits, and hit save, you get a new version. Except no one tells you. Next myth, why you always find proof for your opinions. Confirmation doesn't mean truth, but your brain doesn't care. You think, if I found evidence, I must be right. But your brain works like a lazy prosecutor. It only looks for things that support your case and ignores the rest. That's confirmation bias. Say you think coffee is bad. You Google why coffee is bad, and boom, an article. Victory. It's like searching why the Earth is flat and being surprised when Google confirms it. Next myth, how we fool ourselves about the future. You overestimate how you'll feel. You think, if I get this job, I'll be happy. Or, if I get dumped, I'll die. Nope, you won't, and you won't. That's called effective forecasting, and your brain is terrible at predicting future emotions. Studies show people who win the lottery are just as happy a year later as before. People who lose a limb are just as unhappy as before. It's like thinking a new iPhone will change your life. It will for 6 hours. Then, you're back on TikTok. Next myth, how fear pretends to be logic. Fear means danger. Or does it? You're scared of flying or spiders. Sounds logical, right? Not really. The brain isn't logical about threats. That's availability heuristic. If danger is easy to imagine, it feels real. That's why news about plane crashes makes people anxious, even though the odds of dying are 1 in 11 million. It's like fearing sharks while living in Moscow. Next myth, your confidence in your own beliefs. You're sure you're right. That means you're probably wrong. You argue with a friend. Suddenly you feel, I know this. I remember. I'm certain. Problem. Certainty, accuracy. Studies show the more confident someone is about false information, the worse they are at learning. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect. People who know little overestimate themselves. The knowledgeable underestimate, like a student sure they aced a test and then get an F. But I knew everything. Next myth, how you overestimate your influence. You think everyone's watching you, but no one cares. You walk down the street thinking, oh no, everyone sees the stain on my shirt. That's the spotlight effect, a brain bug that makes you overestimate how much people notice you. In reality, people are so focused on themselves, they won't even notice you changed your haircut. It's like thinking you're center stage when you're just an extra in the crowd. Next myth, how we mistake randomness for patterns. You see patterns, even when they don't exist. You notice, every time I bring my umbrella, it doesn't rain. So, umbrella causes sunshine? Nope. But the brain loves finding patterns, even fake ones. That's clustering illusion. Casinos and lotteries thrive on this. People think numbers alternate or repeat. But it's just randomness. It's like seeing a face in burnt toast and thinking it's a divine sign. Nope, just crispy bread. And now, the final myth. You think, but your brain does it for you. You believe you're in control of your thoughts, but most mental processes are automatic. You're more of a spectator. This is System 1 and System 2 from Kahneman. The brain thinks fast and rarely switches to actually thinking. If you're not aware of this, you're just a passenger on the train called habit, like an autopilot, until you suddenly wake up in a different city. If you made it this far, congrats. Your logic survived, but it's a little bruised. Follow for more myth-busting. Next episode, 10 things that were normal in the Middle Ages, but will absolutely shock you today.